Good Wednesday morning. How is everyone? It's a great and wonderful Wednesday, isn't it? It's cool, but it's sunny. The leaves are slowly turning. There's a plane flying over, but it's way up there, so you can't hear it. The birds are singing. It's like being in a children's book. Anyway, the first thing that I wanted to tell you about, well, first of all, I went to Jones last night, and let me tell you, it was no easy task to take pictures of Rosemary in her 1-year birthday hat. Yeah, because Rosemary is still extremely full of energy. Yes, extremely full of energy. Constantly moving, even though she's been going to all her classes to learn sit and stay. She does it in the classroom. She does it when Joan asks her to. She does not do it when I am there because she's so excited to see me. Yes. So I said, well, let's put her on the table because at least she can't really go anywhere, right? Well, she got so mad at both of us because she was on the table and she couldn't really go anywhere. And it's... Well, honey, what are you chasing? She looked up. What is it? I mean, she's looking in the tree. Come on. I don't know what it is. I mean, you can see straight into the tree. Maybe there's a cat. Oh, she's about to pull me down. And here we go, round and round the mulberry bush, chasing I don't know what. Oh, are you gonna try to track it now with your big old tracking nose? Come on, we're going this way. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, she was so mad. I mean, you could tell on her face, she was just mad. She was straight up mad. But I did get some cute pictures, and I'll include one so y'all can see her on her first birthday. For anyone new here, Joan's my next door neighbor, and Rosemary is her Cocker Spaniel. But anyway, I got back home and walked to Penn. I had not sat down since I got off work, pretty much. So I was exhausted and ready to sit down. Next, I saw a post on Facebook, and it was asking for the strangest mispronunciations. Ooh, look at me saying that big word. Mispronunciations of medical terms. What in the world? She is still after something. She's on the prowl. Anyway, well, it made me think of a couple from my jail days. So, one of the hardest parts of booking people in, I mean, other than them just being straight up angry, was trying to understand what they were trying to say. Like the man, when I asked him if he took any medication, he said, peanut butter balls. I said, what? He said, peanut butter balls. I said, peanut butter balls? I'm thinking this to myself. I didn't say it to him. Peanut butter balls. I mean, I probably would like peanut butter balls, but peanut butter balls. What could that mean, peanut butter balls? I said, what do you take it for? Epilepsy. I said, phenobarbital. He said, yeah, peanut butter ball. I said, oh, all right. So he has epilepsy, and he takes peanut butter balls. Yeah, that was the hardest part, is trying to figure out what they were saying. And sometimes the street they lived on, there was one called Fort, F-O-R-T. Really easy to pronounce, but not, because it was pronounced Fote Street. Fote. What? Fote. How do you spell Fote? F-O-R-T. Fote. Look at that tree. There is an R in the word fort, okay? I know that I'm not the greatest at pronouncing things, but come on, man, there is an R. Anyway, and then I have another hospital-like story, but go ahead and tell you. I'm not going to tell you the year. I'm not going to tell you the President of the United States of America, but I am going to tell you the story, okay? Because we're not starting anything political. My mother blacked out, I guess. We don't know what happened. She was at the top of the stairs, and then she was at the bottom of the stairs, and she had a concussion, and she shattered her wrist, and she had 2 compound fractures. I mean, she jacked it up. Well, she gets to the hospital. They gave her a shot of oxy or morphine or something, right? Meanwhile, they're asking her all these questions. What's your name? What's your date of birth? What city are you in? What day is it? Do you know the date? Do you know the year? I mean, she answered the questions better than I would have, because I was standing there going, what's the date? I mean, I know what day of the week it is, but what's the date? I don't know the date. I never know the date. I have to look at the calendar on my computer like 18 times before I realize the date when I'm working. Yeah, that's how bad I am. Well, they got to the question of who is the president? And my mother, in her morphine-induced brain, said very proudly, we don't have one. We don't have one. And the nurse just lost it. Hold on just a second. So then shift change would happen, and the next staff would come in, right? And they would start all over. What's your name? What's your date of birth? Do you know what year it is? Do you know who the president is? Do you know, blah, 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 blah. She always answered everything perfectly, but the president question, she always said, we don't have one. It just cracked me up. We don't have one. That was her thoughts on morphine of whomever the president was during that time in her life. I would like to add here that she got so tired of them asking her all those same questions over and over and over that she finally, when they would ask her, she was like, don't you have all that written down? Don't you know the date by now? Don't you know who the president is? Don't you know my name and date of birth? She was like, y'all come in here and ask me that every 15 minutes. I mean, don't you know by now what it is? Anyway, I just wanted to add that in because I forgot to say it this morning. Now back to the story. Hi, I'm sitting at the doctor's office. I'm early, as per usual. It's just my back doctor. No big deal, but anyway, I just thought I would talk to y'all while I'm waiting. Joan called me this morning and asked me if I wanted to go to Old Time Pottery, and I was like, do I? Of course I do. I said, however, I need to be home in about an hour because I got a doctor's appointment, and I need to get home and eat and, put on whatever I'm wearing and all that stuff. So I went with her to Old Time Pottery, and I found me a double bowler. I've been wanting a new double bowler because I'm going to make some body butter in my double bowler. And I didn't want to use my Pampered Chef stainless steel cookware to make body butter. So I went and I found a whole brand new a little thing of the double boiler. I'm sorry, I can't talk at all. Anyway, I'm real excited about that because I don't want to mess up my Pampered Chef. That stuff's expensive. I had a party about 12 years ago probably, and my friend Susan was rebuilding or building a new home, or I don't know what she did. I think she tore down the old house and put up a new house. Anyway, she was getting a new kitchen. That's all I know. And she restocked her entire kitchen with all new Pampered Chef from my party. Y'all would not believe the amount of free stuff I got from that party, just from her order, basically. I mean, there was other orders, but none of them topped hers. She spent like $1,200. And I got the whole Pampered Chef cookware set and all the stuff. And now when people have parties, they post the link or whatever, and then they start messaging you, asking you if you want to have a party. And I'm like, look, I have just about everything that Pampered Chef offers. I do. I already have it. Unless it's just brand new stuff. But, no, I don't need to have a party. I've got it all from that party. And it's such good stuff that it's still functioning, you know? So, no, I don't want to have a party. I had the epic party. The party of all parties. But anyway, I got my double boiler now. And I'm going to make some body butter. And I'm going to make a video of it. Yeah, we'll make some body butter together. And then I might eventually try to make some soap. I've been wanting to make some soap, but it scares me a little bit. But I've been watching some videos learning how to do it. So I might try to make some soap, but I'm definitely making the body butter because it's natural ingredients, you know. And that make good little gifts for people. So, with no chemicals in it, right? Because a lot of us people can't have a lot of chemicals. All right, I got to go to the doctor, so I'll be back. Bye-bye. Okay, doctor's appointment is done. I survived. And then I went through the Chick-fil-A. Don't judge. I got a lemonade only. Not only, because I also bought a bag of ice because I love their ice. Did y'all know they sell ice there? Well, anyway, then I came home the back way and came through the neighborhood, and the whole street over there is decorated for Halloween. But I was able to record one of the houses as I was driving by, so I'm going to include that so y'all can see it. But just imagine that times like 10 houses, because I drove by about 10 houses that were that decorated. So stand by. Driving home, and I ran across this, and there's nobody behind me. I love that big chicken. Look at that big chicken. Look at all of it. And see the big spider web over there? And the witch? I mean, they're ready. Okay, car's coming, so I gotta go. All right. I don't know what I said a minute ago, but I'm home from the doctor, and all went well. Oh, I already said all that. Okay, so that was that. That was very exciting. The test that he gave me, or they gave me, was very weird. I had to sit in a chair with my hands on this thing that had metal plates on it, and I had to take my shoes and socks off, and my feet had to go on this other thing that had metal plates on it. And then I had one of them things on my finger, and she had to put one of them things on my toes. She said a lot of people get really uncomfortable when they have to take their shoes and socks off and show their feet because they're not prepared to do that, and that some of them get really freaked out because she has to touch them. And I was like, well, I mean, what you gonna do? And she said, I just have to clip this thing on your toe. And I was like, okay. I mean, the only reason I'm a little bit weirded out that I have to take my shoes and socks off is because I'm afraid I'm going to get cold. Because, you know, doctor's offices are usually cold. But she had her heat going, and I didn't get cold. She said it measured the pain in my body, where the pain is, the central nervous system. I don't know. Something new they have to do. But anyway, it was relatively painless to be a test for pain. Anyway, I did have a lot of tingling in that finger. She said, you may feel a lot of tingling. And I was like, okay. I mean, I have tingling in my leg, but I always have tingling in my leg because that's where my nerve damage is. But the only tingling I felt from that machine was in this finger, and it kept doing like that. Anyway, we had a great time. It was very weird test. All right, that concludes today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember that I love you and Jesus loves you, and I hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries, which will be tomorrow, right? Right. I'm trying out my new double boiler. I'm going to make sure I know how to do this before I actually make a video on it. But stay tuned because I'll be making a video. All right. Love you, mean it. Did you already hang up? Okay, bye.